Growing in containers is a great way to expand your growing area, whether you have ground to grow in or not. One of the first crops we put in our containers was the Jerusalem artichoke, or known as the sunchoke. We simply used a burlap sack. We had it in a very partial shade area here. These plants did not get tall at all, but this was an experiment for us. Whether we grow it in a container, plastic, a burlap sack, or a grow bag, we want to have adequate sunlight. But we're going to harvest these and see if the lack of sunlight really affected the tubers. The tubers are the edible portion of the Jerusalem artichoke or sunchoke. There's a wild version, and this is more of a domesticated version, if you want to call it that. So the burlap sack has rotted away, and that's typical of burlap sacks here. We can use that in our walk path to smother out weeds. And we'll just take the whole root system, and I'm going to take and shake it out right here over the kale. Okay, good. Some of the tubers have fell off. I'll get them. There we go, top dress the kale. All right, so we do have some tubers here. Now, these can be ate just as is, cleaned and cut, or ate like an apple. They're low in starch and good for diabetics. So these are not tremendous in size, but these are the exact same size tubers as we have in the actual traditional ground garden. This year, Jerusalem artichokes grew very short in height above ground compared to past years for reasons that we yet do not know why. But these are edible. You want to harvest as much as you feel you can eat in about a week because they will begin to get soft and dehydrate and go bad, much like if you leave a radish out overnight on the counter, it shrivels up quite quickly. So Jerusalem artichokes can be grown in a container, in traditional ground, and in a raised bed. The one thing with artichokes, sunchokes, is that they become very invasive, so you want to be very smart of where you plant them, for that will be the only place that you'll ever plant them, because they'll come back year after year. Growing in containers is a great way to expand your growing area, whether you have ground to grow in or not.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.